Remember, the YouTube ads feed the ducks. Good morning, everybody. It's July 23rd of the Duck Adventure, and it's about 7:30. I was out here at 5:30 doing the chores. The dogs were going nuts. They wanted out at 5:30, but oh, we've got some here. I want to show you here the. I can get a shot here. Holy mackerel! Some Canada geese. Those were massive, unbelievable. I wish I had my glasses on. I could have zoomed in on that. They were I don't even think they were Canada geese. There was something else that flew over, and a pair of them. I heard them yesterday morning about this time flying over the yard. I heard this noise, and it almost sounded like a plane going over, and I was standing here and I was seeing them coming, and they looked like two little planes flying at me. And it's not very often like you see herrings and the big blue herrings, and they're usually one. You don't see two like that. I don't know. That's bizarre. All right, let's get back to the duck adventure. All right, so I was out here at 5:30. Ducks wanted out really, really bad. I didn't let them out because the simple fact is, if I did, I'd have eggs all over the place. I have to keep them in a little longer in the morning so I can get the eggs. Yesterday I found 9 eggs, hidden in different places because I was working around the yard everywhere, setting up with the ducklings. And the ducklings this morning, I got up and it was not even light out. It was about 4:30 and the ducklings were already out. They had gone back in. I came out last night about 10 o'clock and turned the Olympic lighting on to get the ducklings to go into the barn. They didn't have enough brains. They were staying outside all huddled up where the yard light is in the pen, and they need to get inside. That's where the food was. So, and I remember, ducklings are pretty stupid. They take a little while to clue in, to go into the barn to eat and come out, and they'll stay outside and starve if you didn't force them to go inside. But right now the crew's slowly waking up. Hello, come on everyone, come on ducks, hello. Hello, come on! So today I've got today we got a massive rainstorm coming, another one, to add to the ever-increasing workload here, just to make things, I'll just show you here. Look at this, it's just starting to roll in. You take a look. There's a haze, and it's just starting, the radar's starting to show that it's coming in from the north. Okay, we just, whatever flew by there a few seconds ago wasn't geese, because 2 Canada geese just flew by. We got a whole bunch of birds, okay, we got a whole bunch of birds down the lake. Alright guys, oh look at this, now we're going to get a rush. poor Mrs. Gimp. Oh, poor little duck. I think that's it. Well, we got some over the feeder. They'll catch a little snack here before they head out. Smart, fill your bellies. And they scatter all over the yard. But today I've got to catch the 4 Muscovy drakes and take them down to the lake. I'm gonna exile all 4 of them. They're fighting too much, and one of the drakes last night killed a duckling. So I've got to do something real quick here. Not a duckling, but a juvenile. Poor little thing. I came out here and I found it the last night, and then it died about 20 minutes later, internal hemorrhaging. The only thing I could think of is the drakes, Muscovy drakes, had to have mounted the poor thing. So it's, the drakes, I'm having problems with the Muscovy drakes. I think I got to take them to the lake. I find if I take them to the lake, so like a reset. So maybe if I take them down to the lake and they'll all, they'll spend a day down there and come back, and I don't know what it is, but if it doesn't work, it's going to be decapitation time, unfortunately. And because they're old birds, because they're a year old, I'm gonna have to turn them into burger. So I'll have to skin them because their skin will be really, really fatty and tough. So let's go see what the ducklings are like. Hello, ducks. Oh, my little things. Oh, we got a duck that's staying here. Oh, what am I doing staying here? They're in here. What am I thinking here? I'm on the wrong side of the duck complex here. So I came down this morning, I filled their feeders. They'd already emptied the feeders right out this morning. Oh yes, you little thing. Yeah, you're in here eating. So I made some feeding stations yesterday that it seems to be working. Oh, little cute things. Look how fast they run around. It's so funny when when you let them out in the barn, when you first do it, you let them out of the kiddie pool of the barn, and it's like sprinting all over the barn. This little guy wants out. So what I did was I just took a 20-liter pail, and instead of just piling it in the tray here, I just drilled some 2-inch holes in the side of it here. You can see they're just 2-inch holes. I did 3 of them on each side. And that way the food goes down into the tray, and then they're only walking in a little bit of it, not all of it, like I was doing. So I wasn't going to go out and buy some more metal feeders. It's still early. I only had 1 coffee so far. So I came up with some, I had some buckets and just drilled them out and, get some duckling feeders in here. Because all my feeders, my 3 feeders are out there with the hordes. So, which I've got to build a big plywood one that can hold, 3 bags of feed here. Because once these guys grow up, I'm going to have about 5 weeks where, about 5-6 weeks where all the ducks are going to be basically almost adult ducks living together, and I'm going to burn through feed. I need a feeder that can hold, minimum 3 bags of feed at once. So, because my gut's telling me it's going to be 6 bags a day. I just have a hunch that's what the final, once these guys mature, and even with them down at the lake, which I know August we're going to be at the lake, absolutely for sure. There's no way my workload can continue like this, because as the ducks grow up, the workload gets less. It's just tearing apart and setting up everything. That's all I've been doing is, I'm tearing down nurseries, setting up nurseries because of all these different ages. So, I'm absolutely bagged today. You have no idea. Yesterday was a 16-hour day here. It was crazy. So, and today I'm hoping the rain holds off, because I got to get that watering station done in the main pen, because I'm filling up water at 9 o'clock at night to make sure they have water all night, because they a 4-foot kiddie pool and 2 3-foot kiddie pools worth of water in 9 hours gone. This morning, all 3 water were empty. There was water in the in the bathtub, but it's pretty disgusting water. That was the only place there was water left this morning, was in the bathtub. Everything else was bone dry. So I have to get this automated float system set up today. That's my goal. That's the one project I have to do. Second project is get the 4 Muscovies to the lake and throw them off the end of the dock and let them spend some time down there and deal with their aggression with each other. And then I've got to get ready to do. I got to get rid of 2 Muscovies. I know that's the problem. Get rid of 2 Muscovies, and I think the problem will be solved here, because Doug is that's all he's doing is breaking up bites. So I'm gonna go have my coffee. Then I'm gonna come back out here. Hopefully it's not raining, and I can get one of my major jobs done today. Just closed the barn door, and a giant lightning bolt just hit down, and we've got thunder. So our storm's coming in. Look at the clouds are getting blacker. Oh man, I really wanted to get this watering station done today. Hopefully it's just a cloud burst and it stops raining so I can get this done. It's just these delays. Anyways, the duck adventure, curveballs never stop. Mother Nature isn't cooperating. You're not going to believe this. The luck of the duck adventure. I just went inside to make myself a sandwich before I start hauling some patio stones around and getting this watering station built for the ducks. And then all the ducks were freaking out, and they were hauling, and they were all sticking around the wire, and then they were trying to get underneath the tree. And so I thought, I'm going to go there right now. Like, there's something going on out there. Plus they had their necks completely stuck out as far as it will go, and that's a sure sign that something's up. And I thought, oh no, we've got a fox back here again. Grabbed the shotgun, came outside, and I'm telling you, I have never seen a raven so big in my life, and it was flying away with one of my ducklings. It had landed, I don't know how he landed, in the pen and got airborne again, because they need a certain, their trajectory is a very long sloping. They can't just take off like a helicopter. So I have no idea how he got in, and the wingspan was another factor. Had to be at least 6 feet, the wingspan. It was massive raven, massive. I can't believe the size of him. So I don't even know how he landed in there and got airborne without hitting the fence or the buildings. It doesn't make any sense. I've never seen them go into such a tight spot. The only thing I've ever seen go into a tight spot like this right here would be some of the small hawks we have and the small owls. Not a bigger bird, because it's too tight. It's too hard for them to come down and take off again and to come up, because like I said, they can't take off like a helicopter. So. And then I just had another a bunch of seagulls just fly by here. They were circling, so I've got the shotgun loaded again, and I'm back to shotgun patrol. So there, whatever it is coming right in here, and but it was whatever it is. It was a absolutely massive raven. I can't believe the size of him. Actually, he was so low to the ground when I caught sight of him, and I couldn't get around the corner of the house fast enough with the shotgun. It was almost scary looking. He was so big. Absolutely massive bird. But I lost the duckling. I keep seeing things. Oh man, this predator watch is really trying. All right, well, I've got a job before I can even get the patio stones here. I've got to catch some Muscovies. I'm taking all the drakes. All 4 of them are going to the lake. I'm going to throw them in the lake, and they can stay down there for the day, and we can hit the reset here on who's the dominant bird, because it seems it works. It seems when they get away from the flock, throw them out there, they spend the day out there, and maybe they'll come back in a better mood. If not, we're going to be getting the chopping block out, and I'm going to have to get rid of 2 Muscovies and basically skin them and turn them into burger. Oh. I just don't believe it. I looked out the window, I saw it, and it was so close to the house, and then I came outside, it was like, he was right there, and I couldn't get the shotgun up even fast enough to get a shot here. And I saw him this morning when I was out here at 5:30 when I was out doing the chores. I saw him flying over, but at that point the ducklings weren't, they were all huddled underneath, but it had everybody freaked out. The ducklings were trying to get into the barn, and the other ducks were hiding underneath the tree and against the fence. Well, that's what happens when you're in the bush and you're trying to raise animals. Yeah, everybody wants to come and have a snack. Well, I got to give the Muscovy some credit here. As soon as I came around the corner with the fishing net in my hand,
all of them took off, all of the Muscovies. And actually the males ran the fastest. They were like just barreling across the the lawn like little fat porcos they are. But I'm gonna have to just, when I get an opportunity, grab them and get them out of here. I don't know how I'm gonna do this by myself. It's gonna be interesting. It's always a challenge handling ducks when you're by yourself. But I just picked some weeds on my heavily weeded or weed laden garden. It's brutal. I've had no time to work on my garden at all. But then again, it's been, every time I decide I want to work on it, it rains. So, but I just gave my little guys here some weeds. I picked some weeds out for them, and they when I first threw them in, they all scattered, but now they figured out what they are. They're having a little snack here. The wind's wicked today, but it's blowing the storm away. I was on the weather, the radar, and the storm actually went south of us. So now they've changed the forecast from 5:30 this morning. It was 70% chance of rain today, to now there's no more rain. The rain went totally south, so I'm happy about that. We didn't need more rain here. It's brutal. The ground, I was just in the garden, and the garden's still muddy. We're not getting enough heat here to dry everything out. But the ducklings are certainly enjoying my weed fest. Just look at them munching down the weeds. Actually, the little Muscovy there is a real pig. I'm trying to get a shot here. Of course, Doug's going to come right. Oh yes, Doug, you're a better door than a window. Anytime I get close to the ducklings like this, Doug gets jealous. Oh, Doug, I know. He's pushing you now. Yes, Dougie. I know. I had the shotgun out. Oh, that's Doug pushing the camera. I'm getting major lovin's here. Oh, Doug. Alright, sorry about the bad camera, but my assistant is causing me problems. Alright. Okay, now, Doug. Alright, he's pushing into me. But the ducks, back to the ducks here. They're gnawing down on this. I'm going to grab them some more weeds later on. It's amazing how fast, and you throw just a little bit down like this, not a lot. I find if you throw too much in, it just creates work because they lose interest. So if you with this many ducks, 3 handfuls of weeds, they'll make short order of it and get rid of it. But if I would have thrown in, let's say a half a wheelbarrow load, or even a bushel load, it would just become trampled down in a mess. So I've learned that secret with ducks: give them a little bit at a time, and they'll eat it all. Give them too much, and they'll make it into bedding. There's probably about 30 ducks inside right now. I was just in there, and I guess they got totally freaked out by the raven coming in, which hasn't shown up now that I've got the shotgun hanging out here on the clothesline stand. So, of course, it's always the way it works out. But I'll get him. If he comes back into the yard, starts hunting in the pen, that's a no-no. So, all right, I'm going to go and get the patio stones happening here and get this water station set up. Well, Doug the Wonder Dog does it again. I can't believe it. He just rescued a duck. I was in here working, and we heard some banging in the shed. Now, I heard some banging yesterday, but I hear banging all the time in the shed, in the steel shed here. But today was different because Doug took a real interest in the banging in the shed. And basically what was happening here is Doug was trying to dig a hole through the side of the shed right there, and he wouldn't listen to me. I told him to stop, and he just kept pawing away right there. Turns out a juvenile duck had somehow gotten behind the nesting boxes, and I heard this noise yesterday. We heard some banging, but I thought the chicken's in there, and you hear their wings banging against the walls all the time. So this poor little duck was basically stuck in between the nesting boxes and the wall on the south side, baking in the sun for over 24 hours at least. Well, yesterday I heard it, and this morning. But yesterday was a brutally hot day. But if it wasn't for Doug, I would have not even thought of it. I just thought it was because the ducks do it all the time. They get in, they flap their wings, and they bang their wings against the wall. So I just brought this little guy. I rescued him, moved the nesting boxes, got him out. I've now blocked it off, so there's no way they can get behind there. I put a log in between the wall and that, so they can't even crawl back there. But this poor little thing was trapped. I just put it in the water, and it drank non-stop. It's been drinking like the last 4 or 5 minutes non-stop. Put a little bit of food right beside it, It's drying off right now, but the poor little thing, like to be cooked like that, oh, and green diarrhea, that's not good. That is not a good sign. Oh, hopefully she pulls out of it. Serious dehydration on this poor little duck though. So, but Doug did it. Doug saved her. If it wasn't for Doug, I would have never thought. I just thought, you know, with the ducks in there, you know, the chickens, they do it all the time, banging against the walls, and it turned out it was this little duckling trap. And Doug, the miracle dog, he's Doug, you're amazing. And since I brought him out, he's been really paying attention to him, going over there and smelling him. And you know, the duck doesn't seem to be freaked out about Doug going near him, which is I don't know if the duck knows it is because of Doug that you know, it's got saved. It's the only thing I can think of, because normally when Doug gets close to the ducks, you know, they at least move 3 or 4 feet away from him. But man, this dog just doesn't. Every day he amazes me. He you know, and he pulls these things out of his bum, and you know, I don't know why. Like today, he was just. Yesterday we were, you know, working on other parts of the property, so we didn't come into the pen. But as soon as we were in the pen, and he heard the banging on the wall there, he was right over, and then he started pawing with his foot, digging. And I thought, okay, Doug, what are you? You can't dig into a metal shed. And he was trying to tell me there was a duckling or something was wrong, and you know, I went inside, and sure enough, this poor little duck had wedged itself in there, and it was like only the opening that it crawled through was less than 3 inches wide. Like there's no way I would have ever suspected him going in there. Stupid juvenile ducks. Well, that juvenile duck can thank Doug that it's got a life today, and hopefully she isn't too badly dehydrated and, you know, gets enough moisture in her. I know she's been drinking non-stop. Like she got in there and it was just guzzle, 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 guzzle. So, Doug, the miracle dog, the duck dog. Well, ladies and gentlemen, duck adventure doesn't stop getting exciting here. I'm out here working. I'm right in the pen. Freaking seagull comes in and tries to get a duckling. Right in the pen. And guess what? His mistake. Just smoked him. Unbelievable. This is, he's a young one too. I don't know what he's thinking he's going to do with the seagull or we do the duckling, but there's 2 of them, and that was one of them. So I don't think the other one's going to come back. This is unbelievable what's happening here today. We've got ravens. See, everybody's coming in, and they're all hunting in the pen. Never, oh man, I was supposed to get work, and now I'm back to hunting again, and it was so cool. I nailed it. The ducks didn't even flinch, but yet they're freaking out. They're running around, ducking underneath the trees. You know, they're hiding because this seagull is like flying 10 feet above the ground, and then the other one was actually just came out of the pen, and he took off over towards the bush when he saw me. But this one made the fatal mistake, and he was flying around. I was like, just unbelievable. But one single shot, shotgun, boom, done. I'll try to get you a shot here. That big raven. A bunch of crows. We're just harassing him. He's raiding crow's nests too. But he's big. Like I said, his wingspan was 5-6 feet. Oh. So there he is, and the crows just were after him. There was 2 crows on his back, just flying. They were just over here on the tree line, right there at the top of the tree line. The crows were actually doing their job, doing my job for me actually. They were chasing him, so he must have just raided a crow's nest back in the swamp, or tried to, because they took off. 2 crows went after him, and then 1 crow came back really fast. So probably the female or the male came back to the nest. But that he's big. He's definitely hunting here today, and he's already gotten one of my ducklings. So he's probably got a nest full of young ones. You know, if he just fed them my duckling, and then now he's raiding crow's nests. You know, plus the seagulls coming in. It's crazy here today. The poor little ducklings, you know, and I've got cover for them, but they're coming in, and they're also going after my the adult ducks. They're swooping in after the full grown ducks too. So it's gotten crazy here.
Mother Nature. Competing with Mother Nature.
Doug's supervising my digging here. What do you think, Doug? He was just giving me a hand here. Of course, you know, right where I have to put the pad, there's this rock in the way. This is Doug's idea of helping. Well, he was digging there, but actually that was his hole. He was digging right beside him. And now I've got the camera out, he stopped. And he's just supervising now, but you can see the dirt on his nose. Hey Dougie, will you help digging? Of course, as soon as I get the camera out, you stop. And of course, like I said, the only place I wanted to put the drinking pad is right here. And I would happen to hit a rock.
Well, just like everything on the Duck Adventure, it's always more work than you can imagine. So this patio stone base that I'm laying here, that I actually need it to be level and sloped in a certain direction for it to work for my idea that I have to keep the duck poop out of the pen. I've got this nice big rock in the way. And I can't even get the tractor into the pen because I've got it sectioned off for the ducklings. And that's the only entrance in that the tractor will fit. So I'm doing this by hand. And Doug's being no help now.
I'm getting closer to getting out of the hole. I'm about a foot away and we'll be out. This property is the land of the rocks.
Well, Doug's a great supervisor.
He was in the way all the time. Every time I want to pry anything, he just decided he'd be in the way. Oh, Dougie, you're so cute. But this is the Canadian Shield, brought to you by the Duck Adventure. Oh man, that was a job by hand, I tell you. I'm leaving it right there because when I make the pen bigger, I'm going to have that whole side out. I'm going to bring my neighbor's tractor over and I'm just going to drag it out. That was crazy. Just like I put patio stoves down to get it so I can slope it right so I can get the water to run out of the pen so the poop doesn't stay in here. The things you do for ducks. Oh,
I gotta go have a drink of water. That's just, I did not count on that today.
well, the ducks are trying to go down there today. More and more keep going down, but because of all the aerial action we've got today, they get down there, then they come back real quick. There's actually a couple stragglers down there right now. A couple female Rouens. But the big predators keep flying over and freaking them out, so. Well, the day's young yet. See what happens later on. Well, I'm making headway, but my helper here is just basically in the way. And between him and the ducks have been coming in and pooping all over the patio stones here while I'm working. So I've been shooing the ducks away, and Doug keeps grabbing the tools on me and trying to take them out of my hands. He's bad for that. He thinks I'm playing when I'm actually working. So I'm not going to get the plumbing done today, but this is I am going to get this part done. So I'll give you a shot when it's finished. But this is going to be the where the watering station is going to be, and it's got a slight slant to it that's going to go out of the pen. I'm going to put a trench out there to catch the water, so that all the water goes down in one direction in the feces, and that way I'm not having a big giant mud hole here. Control it a little better, and then it gives me an easier way of cleaning up, because then all I have to do is I'm going to take out the hedge there and cut some part of the hedge out which is already dying. That way I can get in there with the tractor and scoop out the sludge. But Doug is really comfy right now, and the duck keep coming in here and quacking, and our little duck, our dehydration duck, she's I don't know, she's cleaning herself, you know, and she's walking around. She's, you know, she's had some drinks. She did drink a lot there at the first. She had a little tiny bit to eat. She's a little unsteady on her feet. I don't know, but she's cleaned herself non-stop. So, yeah, since she got out of the water. So she's a very clean duck right now. But, you know, usually when they're sick and dying, they don't clean themselves. So that's a good sign. But that was, you know, thankfully Doug, you know, drawed my attention to there. Yesterday I heard the noise there while I was working. You know, like I said, I thought it was just wings banging against the wall, and here's the duck trapped, and Doug saved the poor little girl. Oh,
And she's so cute. And Doug keeps going over to her and checking her. It's almost like he knows that he saved her because he's gone over and checked her out, I don't know, about 5-6 times now. And she doesn't even run from him. She just stands there and he smells her. And, it's sort of, it's sort of neat because it's, I don't know if they're talking to each other, but, she is not anywhere, near apprehensive or skittish or cautious of Doug whatsoever today. He's walking up to her and she's got no problem with it. But yet I go near her, she takes off. So go figure. Well, like everything on the duck adventure, it always takes longer. On that big rock, that rock specifically, caused me probably, 2.5 hours extra work. But that's the platform right there. And it's got a slight slant on it. It's about, on the 8 foot, it's about a ½ inch at the end, is what the slant is. And that is where the watering station is going to go, which is going to be either a 4 foot or a 5 foot. I haven't decided yet. I'll do tomorrow. I got to do some figuring. I don't know yet what I'm going to do. Everything I've read about it, they say they give 2 feet of space from the edge of the water to the end because of the length of the duck. They're going to poop, so 2 feet seems to be what they say. So it means I'm going to have to use a 4 foot kiddie pool. And to give me the 2 feet of space because I want all of the poop to go there when they're pooping, because they drink and poop at the same time. So, but tomorrow is going to be that. I'm gonna put it there tonight with fresh water, but tomorrow it'll be plumbed on a float system. But I want to show you the ducks. They're so cute right now. It's the end of the day, so they're all congregating in the yard here. Now, Doug's been unbelievable today. I wish I could just leave the camera running so you could see what happens here today on a day with him. He's an absolute natural. First of all, now the Muscovy drakes all fear him. I don't know if they fear him or respect him, but they don't hang around. When Doug walks towards them, they stop. They don't even they walk away. It's like Moses and parting of the Red Sea. But I think that's the right biblical reference. I'm not sure. But anyways, what's happened today is the drakes, the Muscovy drakes, are, they're sexually aggressive right now. So what's happening is that when they're, doing their rape thing, the females are squawking. Well, Doug and I are working in the pen, and the squawking starts, and Doug just like a bolt of lightning leaves the pen, runs out, finds what's going on and breaks it up. Like, he does not tolerate the Muscovies. Now the Rouens and the Pekings, they can mate. He doesn't care. But it's the Muscovies for some reason. I think it's the distress sound that they're doing. And actually right now, I'll just show you. Actually, we're going to have some mating action. Maybe Doug's going to do it for us. He's right beside me right now. And if that Muscovy, specifically Mo, gets on top of that female, Doug just might run over there and break it up. He does not like the Muscovies being on top of anything. And actually, as soon as they start the... Okay, so now Doug's beside me. He doesn't see it yet. No, they stopped. The thing is, the Pekings and the Rouens quack and scream like they're getting raped. And Doug instantly just runs over and breaks it up. I think if a predator had a duck and it was, squawking and, going on, Doug would be all over it. Just what I've seen him with the Muscovy drakes. Right now he's not too concerned because they're not making any noises. Just look at these silly birds. There's a bunch down at the canoe. I don't know, there's about 20 down there. Actually, they've gone out the creek a little bit, but they're not. I can't see them on the lake, so they're probably just somewhere on the creek. But we got ducks absolutely everywhere. Doug doesn't see the mating going on right now. Because if he did, he'd be over there. He really hates duck mating, specifically Muscovies. Actually, Doug, look over there. Take a look. No, Doug doesn't see it. He's just looking at the ducks in awe. Oh, okay. No, he doesn't. Okay, Doug, make a liar out of me.
all day you've been breaking up mating action here. Well, I guess she's not squawking. Mo's hard at it here. Now today the drake fighting has been a lot less, and that's because of Doug. He, I think he's put the fear of God into all of them. He's, they have not done anything, no aggressive action towards each other at all. Doug has, intervened every single time, so I think they figured out that if he's in the yard, to be good boys. Look how dirty those ducks are. They just refuse to go to the lake. And the crazy part is the Muscovies are the ones that stayed at the lake. No, Mo just did his thing. They just roll off when they're done. Oh, there's his penis. That's what a duck penis looks like. Now you've seen a Muscovy duck penis. Something new every day on the Duck Adventure. Alright, well I'm going to get the water hopping in here. I got my chores to do. It's the end of the day. I'm beat. I didn't get my plumbing done. I didn't get my float system set up. I don't know. It's just like that rock threw me for a real curveball today. But like I had to take the rock out because that's where the whole setup was going to be. My plan was. So I'm going to go do my chores, and if anything happens, I'll turn the camera back on for you guys. This is the feed train. They're going in now to eat. Now these guys, I had to come out here last night about 10:30 and get them to go inside, which was a real ordeal. Tonight I'm not going to have to do that because I think they figured out that the food's inside. They're headed in to have a snack. Now they're going to go in there and they're going to shovel their bills full and fill their bellies, and then they'll come back out. It's a pretty steady stream of ducklings going in for a snack. We got poor hydrated duck. I forgot about her. Dehydrated duck, I mean. Oh, poor little girl. But she's been drinking and she has been eating. So we'll see tomorrow. So she is moving around, but she's just, I think she's a little displaced. Being cooped up like that for, in a baker. It's like a Japanese concentration camp in the middle box. Poor little thing. I wish I would have been, I wish Doug, he wasn't in the pen with me yesterday when I was working. He was laying in the yard. I wish he would have came into the pen and heard the noise and brought my attention to the distressed trapped Dougie like he did today. Because today he was phenomenal. Yesterday, no go. But then again, he wasn't in the pen yesterday. Poor little thing. And she keeps coming towards Doug. Strange. Alright, I'm going to go and get the water happening, and if anything happens, I'll turn the camera back on. I want to just show you the ducks have embraced the watering station before I go in and cook my supper. They were right to it. So I think, I don't know, I might do a 5 foot pool, I've got a 5 foot, I don't know yet. I got to do a little measuring tomorrow, but the 2 foot definitely gives enough room to keep the duck feces all right there so that I can spray it out. I just emptied all the water and changed the top and everything, and look at them. It's a duck fest here. They love when I do the water. But my goal is to get rid of these two. That's my goal. So tomorrow night will probably be the last night these two. Once I establish the float works and it's good to go, and then these watering stations will be gone because they just create mud. And this one will not generate any mud whatsoever. So it'll keep it nice and clean and dry. And tomorrow is get the water going to it and the float system working, and that's the plan. So I'm gonna go have my supper. I've done all my oh no, I almost forgot I gotta do the ducklings yet. Man, tell you, this multiple age thing, you take care of everybody. You get the food for the adult ducks, the water change, everything ready for the night. And then oh, Doug's just breaking up a Muscovy mate on here. Watch. Oh, Doug's he just intercepted them. See? He doesn't like that. Something about the drakes. And he'll follow that drake around. Oh, he's coming back now. That's what Doug does. He doesn't bother the females. The female Muscovies, he'll walk up, he'll smell them. They don't get excited. But the drakes, different story. I don't know what it is, but he's got a thing for the drakes. But I think it's because they're just so rough. I think that's what it is. I think it's just they're so rough when they mate that they stress the females, and Doug picks up on the stress. And it's just it's the exact same thing as if a predator came into the yard and grabbed the duck, and the duck stressed out and was freaking. It's the exact same type of thing. So Doug's just I think it's in his breed. I think that's what it is. I think it's just the fact that he's a guardian dog. His ancestors, that it's just in him. And that's the bottom line. So I'm gonna go and take care of my little babies in here. Oh, just look at them. They're so cute. I'm just gonna clean their water up. Fill the hanging water for the duckies that are gonna sleep in here tonight and come into gorge. These guys are in taking a break from outside. What a difference though when you put only 50 in a pool. But it already looks, they've grown since yesterday. 4 or 5 days from now, I'll have to take them out of there, and they're going to have to just be running with the rest of them. Look at the little Muscovy. Look how clean she is today, or he. Not dirty like yesterday. They're all the ones that I gave a bath to today are yellow. Sorry about that bad camera there. Okay, I lost some Muscovy. I got looking at the ducks myself. It says through the viewfinder. They're so cute, little ducklings. And these guys over here, everybody's eating and drinking like crazy. They're going through lots of water, lots of food. Of course, the whole flock's going through lots of water, lots of food. So I'm gonna take care of these guys, and then I'm gonna have my supper. Well, I missed the rush here. I wanted to show you guys how the ducks go in on their own. It's starting to get dark here. Believe it or not, it's about 9:15 right now. The sun has been down for about 40 minutes. But you can see the ducks, they're coming up. There's a bunch of them, a whole bunch. There's probably about 200 in the pen already. But these guys are coming up, and they're everybody's going to go into the pen on their own. It's only the Muscovies that I have to come out here and get into the pen. And mosquitoes are just starting. It's crazy, the mosquitoes. The wind would pick up, but there's no clouds tonight, so the temperature's dropping really fast. But there's the last of the stragglers that were down at the other end. I think there might be another half a dozen down there. But they come up here and then they congregate up here. But right now in the pen, there's probably 200 in the pen right now. And the ducklings haven't figured out yet that they should go inside, which I have to go help them. They're pretty thick. It's a little too cool to be outside for them. And they get in the water and then they get cold. But the mosquitoes are eating me alive here. I gotta go inside.